I think this new core humanitarian standard is absolutely spot on. It's exactly what the sector needs. I remember first talking about this some time ago, and while it was a great vision, there was a lot of concern about how doable it was going to be. There were a lot of skeptics, and I was determined, because of my experience, actually not in my current job, but actually being in West Africa, down with the troops, who had all of these different good practice and standards and guidelines, and frankly didn't even have the time to really understand them. There were too many, there's a plethora of them. And so, I felt that this was absolutely needed, and I'm delighted with what the group have come up with. So there were a lot of different things that we wanted to see as SCHR at the beginning of this process. Some of it was about empowering our own staffs on the ground to be able to take forward a core set of standards. Some of it was about differentiating core humanitarian principled organisations from the many organisations that rushed to the scene in a sudden onset, particularly in a sudden onset emergency, and we really feel and felt that that was very, very important. There was also the issue of the different structures that had been built up over the years, partly sponsored by SCHR, that were sort of in danger of overlapping and bumping up against each other, and frankly, not very efficient and effective in terms of just separate organisations off doing their own thing. So we were also motivated to drive some efficiency and effectiveness in the sector. And I think progress has been made on all fronts. I think the new organisation, bringing together HAP and People in Aid, is going to be critical in terms of driving forward the core humanitarian standard. So really promoting that, being the owner of it. We see that as the sort of umbrella set of standards. Obviously, there are good accounting practices. There will be, obviously the technical standards that Sphere will continue to look after, and there will be a number of sort of detailed levels of standards, but that core umbrella standard, which we want to have verifiable elements that we can all hold ourselves accountable to, that's going to be the role of this new organisation in my mind. So at Save the Children, we're really quite excited by this core humanitarian standard, and it fits really nicely with the efforts that we've been making, bringing together all the different Save the Children programmes internationally under one line management structure. We've actually been on our journey to try and come up with what we've called our quality standards. We have done that in the absence of a core humanitarian standard, but fortunately, and a lot of the people and the thinking are the same, the two are absolutely coming together. So our team, small central team, looking at owning our quality standards has already begun in the process with the core humanitarian standard emerging, looking at how to bring the two together so that we can make sure that we're compliant with those standards and that we can be verified against that. So that's going to be really the focus for the next 12 months for Save the Children.